So are the days of our lives where we walk to work carrying big titles, representing big organizations and entering rooms with executive caliber expectations, and yet no one is talking about this lingering uninvited audit that we all walk with, that runs at our background saying, do I deserve this title in this very room, on this very seat? Or am I just about to be exposed as fraud? And crazy enough, we could lean into our true essence. But before we lean into our true essence, brace yourselves, colleagues. I am Captain Londy. I'm a former ship navigational officer and Africa's first female dredge master. You can clap. Now let's go back to our true essence. I remember very well, colleagues, joining the ship for the first time. And I remember joining this ship thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into? Still everywhere, engines humming, and feeling like a black dot, literally, because imagine how big this thing is. I won't even share with you about the ocean, completely unbothered about my fears, doing its own thing. I won't even tell you about trying to find my voice when my English wasn't as polished, in a space and an environment where it wanted me to sound a certain way. And yet back home, half the community, I come from Durban, half the community was rooting, saying, bring it back home, see. I know you will do Dombazane. Half the community was on some, skeptical. We've never seen it being done. Hey, let's wait and see. But that ambiguity happening, it made me want to prove. I told myself that high performers know everything that high performers do. High performers know that it's lonely at the top. High performers know that, watch, I'm not giving up at anything. And colleagues, I accumulated many licenses and became Africa's first. But the crazy thing is that when the headlines started hitting, I became a mini celebrity. You know this African cuteness, most. Hey. I became like the headlines. And next thing, I'm realizing there's something the headlines don't tell you, Bongan. Yes. There's something the headlines don't tell you. They don't tell you that when you keep fighting, the fight will start fighting you. If proving is your fuel, you'll get solid validation externally. You will start to perish, though, internally. It wasn't until this moment that I realized I'd done something more than me. The first woman in Africa to drive a treasure in maritime industry. Londy went over, our role model in Africa, a treasure master in maritime community. Colleagues, I felt this. I felt it with my body. I felt it in my spirit. While the headlines were buzzing the first, I could resonate with only, this is me. They say FS to drive a dredger in maritime Africa. That doesn't even, but this is me. I resonated with this the most. What was there else to prove? I had chosen not to be Rose from the Titanic. I'm captaining the Titanic. I was making it more about me. And I think that lesson is exactly what organizations are wrestling with nowadays. We've lost humanity in the workplace. And of course, when leaders are not grounded, your teams will drift and retreat into silos. Your teams will not give you solid and authentic feedback. Your customers will feel the disconnect. And unfortunately, your competition will look more attractive. Colleagues, like the analogy on the ships, we only realize a leak when we start taking in water. No one wants to be part of a sinking ship. Claim your captaincy. This is the analogy I bring in all my talks. I've got solid stories that I've bring from the ships. And the amazing thing is that I know now, having worked in high-stakes environments, dealing with complex crew dynamics, how do you lead when that audit is the loudest? How do you lead when you feel the pressure to perform instead of bringing the presence? How do you lead when you are the minority in the room? I hope you welcome me on board. I'll help you claim your captaincy. When I say aye, Captain, you say aye. Aye, Captain. Thank you.